to make the world a better place. Need to get this cause going all across the world. This cause on whatever it takes with making the world a better place. And we're starting our Christian ministry with you too. So, honestly, on one hand, I don't 100% know what it takes to with making the world a better place and starting a Christian ministry. Truthfully, other than keep trying, other than not giving up, just pretty much the same thing. But you can not give up and not try all the time. I know different ways to make the world better. I know how there is hope for everyone. I know how it should love unconditionally. I know if the world was perfect, what to do. But seeing that the world isn't perfect, the number one thing I can say when it comes to whatever it takes is what God would want me to do, and have faith with whatever God wants me to do. So basically, whatever it takes when it comes to God with what God wants me to do. When it comes to all this, because in our own strength we could succeed, but in our own strength we can fail. And I know there are plenty of people that don't believe in God or Christians out there, or question their faith and all that. And I hope everyone will become born again Christian. However, you know what? I can be about spreading love, and I know that's the answer, and I know that's what makes the world better. The forgiveness, the not judging, the understanding, the loving all unconditionally. I've been judged a lot in my life. People are judged a lot in their life. This world could be a lot better. There are many things I haven't done, and yet I'm judged tremendously, despite I am not even that bad compared to the worst. On the other hand, Romans 3:23 says, "For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God." That means everyone. And then we're all deceitfully wicked. We're all have hearts that are, wicked, we're all sinners. We all have problems. We all can be out for ourselves even when we try to do good, even when we try to be loving. And I could try to do the right thing, and I do love everyone unconditionally. However, I'm not perfect, and I do make mistakes, and I have said and done things I didn't mean. Doesn't make me any better, I admit this, but doesn't make me any worse. However, it's important to be humble, and that would be one example of many of how to be better, how to make this world better, is to be humble, to admit that we're not perfect. And then when we do, that can help to make this world a better place. So whatever it takes, living and learning, more hours, where I don't put enough hours into this, prayer. The number one thing is, when it comes to where I'm a Christian and all that, is, to have faith that God will make this possible. While at the same time, number two, to keep trying. When it comes to, believing with my action, me taking a chance, me trying, taking risk, that God will make it possible. Regardless if I'd be successful with or without God making it possible, that I'm not going to be about just being successful and making this world better, because that's not what this world is about. That's not what I'm about. As much as I want to see this world be better and more loving, and I believe in all that, and I believe whether you're a Christian or not, we become a part of this. We can make a more loving world, with Christians, and with people who aren't Christians. However, I'm trying to start a Christian ministry too, along with the fact that what's impossible for man is possible for God, and how much greater that God can do than man can do, and how great this world can be when God's a part of it, how loving this world can be when God's a part of it, and how important it is to put God first with everything, and how making this world a better place with God and Jesus really makes this world better. And whatever it takes, I can't guarantee that I'll succeed in this other than I believe in our faith. And then, that, that God will be glorified by the miracle that's happening. And then I hope that God will be glorified whether it happens or not. However, I do believe and faith that this will happen with getting this going and becoming successful, and that to give God glory when that's to happen. Like I believe and have faith, like I said, that of it happening. So I'll keep trying to do whatever it takes. And how important is just to believe in ourselves, believe in others, and love ourselves. Be a part of the cause. Let's make the world a better place together.